1212 EJ80 proof in the building. Listen, we all go through this. Every single day, we're constantly trying to communicate with people. But for some reason, they just don't get it. You know, we argue with the wife, we yell at the kids, we threaten the brothers and the family, and we go through all this crazy stuff just trying to get our point across, just trying to get you to hear us. But for some reason, it just doesn't work. Well, today, I have 5 things that I believe will help you communicate more effectively. The first thing is to listen. Very important. Listen. The first step to listening is shut up. Stop talking. It is impossible for you to even hear anyone if you're always running your mouth. No one likes to communicate with someone who only cares about putting their 2 cents in. Man, I know everybody know one of these people. No matter what's being said, no matter what's being talked about, what the subject is, regardless, this person will not let you get a word in edgewise. Every time you start a sentence, they jumping in, and they're just trying to get their point across. It is impossible for you to hear what someone's saying while you're talking. You just can't do it. And if you hear them, you can't understand what the point is, where they're going with it. So the first step in effective communication is shut up. Stop talking. Let that person speak. The second thing, open-mindedness. Very important, open-mindedness. Listen to what the person is saying. Do not interrupt. Enter into any conversation with a flexible, open mind. Be open to listen and to understand the other person's point of view rather than simply getting your message across. When you're talking to someone or someone is talking to you, there is a point to the whole conversation. There is a message they're trying to convey to you. If you go into this conversation with your own opinion and you're solidified in that, I'm not going to look, first of all, you can, in my mind, I'm saying you can say what you want, but I already know what it is, and that's just it. Well, if you're closed-minded like that, your ears will receive the sound vibrations, but you won't hear anything. You won't be open to understand anything. The person could be right, could have some helpful information for you, but you just won't receive it because you're closed-minded. Your mind is like a steel trap. You know, nothing can escape it. So you must, if you want the communication to be effective, you must have an open mind to at least hear and receive what that person is saying to you. Okay, number 3. Speak. Now it's your turn. Yay! You get to talk now. Okay. Speak. Try to convey your message in as few words as possible. Say what you want clearly and directly. The worst thing you can do in communication is be vague. To be elusive. You have to drive straight to the point. And you have to say exactly what it is you're trying to get the person to understand. So I heard Patrick O'Neal is a famous comedian. And he said that his wife likes to come home and tell him stories about things that happen. He said he stop her and he tell her, no. Tell me what's the end game of the story. She said somebody got shot. He says, okay, so who got shot? So go ahead with the story. She said, well, you know Melissa, and then there's a little routine in between there. And he goes, And he goes, no, I don't remember Melissa, and so forth and so on. But then he says, okay, Melissa. Did Melissa shoot somebody? He said, no, Melissa didn't shoot nobody. Did Melissa get shot? No, Melissa didn't get shot. She wasn't even there. So why would you mention Melissa? Oh, because she hate guns. And it's like the whole story is lost because you're vague and elusive. You're not right to the point. If she would have came straight out and said, well, first of all, this reminds me of Melissa because she hates guns, but Bobby got shot when he was on the corner by James. Oh, I'm good. I understand. I get this. In fact, that was so sweet and short. I might tell you what else happened. What else happened? When you speak, be clear and concise. Get right to the point. Don't be vague and elusive, because no one will understand you. Okay, moving on. Number four. Number four is very important. It's very important. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Picking the right medium for conversation. Know what form of communication to use. Serious conversations are always done best in person. I think some of the worst conversations that I have been through text messages. And there's been plenty of fights and arguments and hurt feelings and all that over text messages. And then when you see the person and they convey to you what they said in the text message, it's a whole nother thing. Because text is unfeeling. It's undefining. You can't read a text message and see what the writer intended. You can only see what the writer said. So if it's a serious conversation, text them and say, listen, we need to meet, call me, I'll see you at work, whatever the case may be, but it should be it should be person to person. The same thing, if it's not so serious, maybe that will be okay to text, send a text message. I left my lunch home, so I'm going to eat a burrito for dinner at work today. That, you can do that. But pick carefully what medium of communication you're going to use. Make sure it has enough substance in that medium to convey exactly not only what you say, but what your intentions are. Because again, text is very, very... Okay. Number 5, feedback. Again, my turn to speak. Yay! I get to give my input. Okay, feedback. Respond calmly. Oh, well, all that clapping wasn't too calm, but respond calmly, clearly and concisely. Do not get emotional. Being able to appropriately give and receive feedback is important. And you should always ask clarifying questions if you're unsure of any issue. During this feedback phase, it's time to make sure you understand the substance of the issue. So in the feedback, you can tell, listen, okay, so when you said that your car hit a tree, you didn't mean like the tree jumped out and attacked your car. You meant that you lost control. Clarifying questions. Give feedback then at the end. Okay, if it was me, maybe you should try to do this. Why and what? It shows the person that you understand and you've heard them. And so this feedback is important. And if you give them feedback and then they return feedback, don't get mad. Don't try to push your feedback on them like it's some fact out of the Bible or something. But give and receive the feedback. And if you don't understand something, this is the opportunity to ask the questions to clarify the issue. So you will be on board. Both of you will be on the same page. Well, That's my 5 steps to effective communication. If you know any more steps that I missed, drop them down in the comments box. Don't forget, hit that subscription, that notification. Let me know that there's more than 5 and I have missed 1 or 2. And I will do an update. I'm EJ80 Proof. Thanks for watching.